question here. How does a social media platform like, for example, Instagram, make money? It's not selling a photo sharing service. That part's free. So what is it selling? It's selling attention. It's selling the attention of its users to advertisers. And there's a lot of discussion right now about how much attention we're all giving to things like Instagram. But my question is, how is Instagram getting so much attention? We get it for them. Anytime somebody posts on Instagram, they get a certain amount of attention from their followers, whether they have a few followers or a few million followers. And the more attention you're able to get, the more attention Instagram is able to sell. So it's in Instagram's interest for you to get as much attention as possible. And so it trains you to want that attention, to crave it, to feel stressed out when you're not getting enough of it. Instagram gets its users addicted to the powerful feeling of getting attention. And I know we all joke like, oh my God, I'm so addicted to my phone, but this is a real addiction. There's a whole science to it. If you're curious, I recommend the work of Jaron Lanier, Tristan Harris, Nir Eyal. But here's what I can tell you. Being addicted to getting attention, it's just like being addicted to anything else. It's never enough. You start out and you're thinking, well, if only I had 1,000 followers, that would feel amazing. But then you're like, well, once I get to 10,000 followers, and once I get to 100, once I get to 1 million followers, then I'll feel amazing. So I have 4.2 million followers on Twitter. It's never made me feel amazing. I'm not gonna tell you how many I have on Instagram because I feel genuine shame about how low the number is because I joined Instagram after Batman came out. And I search other actors and I see that their number is higher than mine and it makes me feel terrible about myself because the follower count makes everybody feel terrible about themselves. That feeling of inadequacy is what drives you to post so you can get more attention, and that attention that you get is what these companies sell. That's how they make their money. So there is no amount of attention you can get where you feel like you've arrived and you're like, I'm good now. And of course, there are a lot of actors, who are a lot more famous than I am, and have more followers than I do, but I bet you they would tell you the same thing. If your creativity is driven by a desire to get attention, you're never gonna be creatively fulfilled. But I do have some good news. There's this other powerful feeling. Something else you can do with your attention besides letting a giant tech company control it and sell it. This is that feeling I was talking about, why I love acting so much. It's being able to pay attention to just one thing. Turns out there's actually some science behind this too. Psychologists and neuroscientists, they study a phenomenon they call flow, which is this thing that happens in the human brain when someone pays attention to just one thing, like something creative, and manages not to get distracted by anything else. And some say the more regularly you do this, the happier you'll be. Now, I'm not a psychologist or a neuroscientist, but I can tell you, for me, that is very true. It's not always easy. It's hard to really pay attention like this. It takes practice. Everybody does it their own way. But if there's one thing I can share that I think helps me focus and really pay attention, is this. I try not to see other creative people as my competitors. I try to find collaborators. Like, if I'm acting in a scene, if I start seeing the other actors as my competitors, and I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna get more attention than I am. People are gonna be talking about their performance more than my performance. Like, I've lost my focus. And by the way, I'm probably gonna suck in that scene. But when I see the other actors as collaborators, then it becomes almost easy to focus because I'm just paying attention to them. I don't have to think about what I'm doing. I react to what they're doing, they react to what I'm doing, and we can kind of keep each other in it together. But I don't want you to think there's only actors on a set that can collaborate in this way. I could be in whatever kind of creative situation. It could be professional, it could be just for fun. I could be collaborating with people I'm not even in the same room with. fact, some of my favorite things I've ever made, I made with people that I never physically met. And by the way, this, to me, is the beauty of the internet. If we could just stop competing for attention, then the internet becomes a great place to find collaborators. And once I'm collaborating with other people, whether they're on set or online, wherever, that makes it so much easier for me to find that flow, because we're all just paying attention to the one thing that we're making together. And I feel like I'm part of something larger than myself, and we all sort of shield each other from anything else that might otherwise grab our attention, and we can all just be there. At least that's what works for me. Sometimes. Sometimes. It doesn't always work. Sometimes I still totally get wrapped up in that addictive cycle of wanting to get attention. I mean, like, even right now, can I honestly say there's not some part of me here who's like, hey, everybody, look at me, I'm giving a TED Talk? There's, some part. But I can honestly say that this whole creative process of writing and giving this talk, it's been a huge opportunity for me to focus and really pay attention to something I care a lot about. So regardless of how much attention I do or don't get as a result, I'm happy I did it. And I'm grateful to all of you for letting me. So thank you, that's it. You can give your attention to someone else now. Thanks again.